How are you, Africa? Welcome to Pan-Africanism Through Poetry with Moses Tofa. Today's poem is titled, Africa's Honorables Are Dishonorable. It was on the 22nd of November 2022 when I attended a high-level meeting in Benin. The meeting focused on the unconstitutional changes of government in Africa. It was attended by high-level government officials. A government minister came to deliver a speech. As he gracefully walked into the venue, all the participants were requested to stand up in honor of the honorable. I had attended such high-level meetings before. I was therefore used to this ritual. But I have always questioned the honorability of Africa's honorables. Whenever the call to stand up in honor of the honorables was made, my body would instinctively comply, but not my spirit. My body would stand up, but my spirit would remain seated, because it refused to pay obeisance to honorables that are dishonorable. However, on this particular day, my response was different, if not strange. As all the participants stood up and applauded in honor of the honorable, I instinctively remained seated. This time, my body refused to stand up. I had finally resolved to act in solidarity with my spirit. I had decided to be true to the conscience of my body. There was nothing that I could do to stop my body from following its conscience. Some of the participants looked at me in disbelief. I am sure that they were wondering why I was dishonoring the honorable. But I was not moved by their response, because I knew that I was being faithful to the conscience of my body and my spirit. As the minister took his seat, questions began to flood my mind. I remembered Professor Lumumba's lamentation that African politicians are thieves. Could this minister be one of them? I wondered. Are we not being asked to stand up in honor of a thief? How did he get into the ministerial position? Was the process honorable? What are his values and principles? Are they honorable? What are his ideas and vision for his country and for Africa? Are they honorable? If he goes to his community today, would the people stand up to honor him as we are honoring him here? If I go to his community today, what stories will I hear about the minister? I moved from these questions to visions. In my visions, I saw the vile looting of Africa's resources by its honorables. I saw Africa's honorables who are pipelines of imperialism. I saw Africa's resources building other nations while Africa sinks in the dungeon of poverty. I saw one corruption scandal after another. I saw Africa's honorables traveling in first class to attend meetings that are not necessary. I saw them using these meetings as a way of giving themselves hefty allowances. I saw them going to these meetings with a bloated delegation. I saw honorables who see political office as an opportunity to eat. I saw lifetime honorables who refuse to cede power. I saw honorables amending the constitution to stay in power. I saw honorables giving positions of power to their family members. I saw violent, fraudulent, and disputed elections. I saw honorables using the youth as cannon fodder during elections. I saw them sponsoring violence. I saw them promising heaven but delivering hell. I saw millions of citizens dying because of derelict health delivery systems. I saw an amazing dearth of infrastructure across Africa. I saw children learning from under trees. I saw them struggling to cross flooded and crocodile-infested rivers to go to school. I saw young people perishing in the Mediterranean Sea as they seek to depart. I saw them perishing in the Mediterranean Sea of drugs and unemployment. I saw them playing lottery, seeking to become citizens of other nations. I saw millions of Africans queuing at the embassies of other nations, seeking to depart. I saw Africans going through repackaged slavery in other nations. I saw future generations inheriting a pathetically ruined Africa. When I juxtaposed Africa's abundant riches with its uttermost poverty, I concluded that it is difficult to imagine that Africa is led by humans. By the time that I came to the end of these distressing visions, I was left with no breath in me. Then I understood why my body had refused to stand in honor of the honorable. I moved from these visions and went back to questions. I asked Africa a number of questions. Africa, why do you always put folly in public office? Why have you allowed folly to sit in great dignity? Why have you clothed the folly with royal apparel? Why do you always pay obeisance to folly? Why are you always led by the least competent among you? How can you go through all this agony if you are in the hands of honorables who are truly honorable? When are you going to be in the hands of honorables who are honorable? I moved from these questions and sought answers concerning honorability. What is it that makes a person honorable? I asked myself. As I searched for the answer, I saw the Moses Tofa threshold of honorability. It has 7 pillars that weigh honorability. For you to be regarded as an honorable, you must be weighed on the following minimum threshold. The honorability of the life that you lived before you sought public office. The honorability of the values that drove you to seek public office. The honorability of the process through which you got into public office. The honorability of the values that you stand for during your time in public office. The depth and breadth of your ideas and vision for Africa. The willingness to lose votes on account of principles, and the aptitude to leave the stage before the arrival of catcalls. Africa's honorables, why are you this dishonorable? Where is your conscience? Where is your consciousness? I speak to your shame. My body and my spirit will never stand up to honor you until the day that you will meet the Moses Tofa threshold of honorability. Thank you, Africa. This is Moses Tofa, Pan-Africanism Through Poetry. Inspiring Africa, raising consciousness. Amandla.